Welcome to Dope and Diverse Podcast.
Hey.
We got Nina Torres in the building.
Hey, Nina.
Finesse.
What's up, y'all?
And we got Tone Trump,
We got
special
Tone
guest.
Trump. Wow. It's an honor.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
It's an honor for
Much
me to
respect.
be here. Much respect. Right back, ladies.
We hype.
Yeah, actually, we a little nervous.
We a little
Let's
nervous.
keep it funky. We
Yeah,
was
a little
nervous.
nervous.
We was on the phone.
Nah. I got this poured up. I'm kind of,
okay. Now
I'm
you
lit
switching up
right
and
now. I'm lit right now.
Because we was on the phone earlier, and you was like, "I'm a little nervous." I'm like, "Me too, me too."
Nah, but I'm good now.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I said I
Alright.
gotta get the liquor in
Why
me.
was
You know,
why
I'm
was
good.
y'all nervous? I'm a nice
know, we-
guy.
No, but you Tone Trump. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's love. That's
You know what I'm
love.
saying?
Me, like,
That's love. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
What's your sign?
I
Zodiac.
don't really get into that. My birthday is in November, the end of November. So you,
Oh, so you Sag.
I'm a,
oh,
They be disappearing and shit.
that's what they say.
I like Sagittarius
I don't
though.
disappear.
They be disappearing and stuff.
No, they don't.
Oh, they
See?
don't. He be disappearing.
If they like,
Probably in and out of West Philly.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely in and out of West Philly. I'm on the road, so
Wait,
I got.
it's a rumor about West Philly.
What's the rumor?
oh boy, y'all don't.
West Philly. Y'all want me to say the rumor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Put it
West
out on the
Philly.
table.
West Philly niggas got big eggplants.
Oh wow. Oh, we gonna go right there, right?
I'm just saying.
Welcome.
I'm just saying.
You ain't
You
ner-
from West Philly?
You ain't. You
From
ain't.
East Side Detroit.
You ain't,
Oh,
you
okay.
ain't nervous at all. You
Nah.
ain't nervous no more.
Welcome,
that's what I
welcome
was-
to Dope and Diverse. Welcome.
Dope and Diverse. I'm on Dope and Diverse Podcast, y'all. Make sure y'all support Dope and Diverse Podcast. That's what we on right now.
Yeah. But I respect you. I like your music.
I appreciate that.
I feel like you have like different flows with you, not just like straight Philly.
Right.
Like sound like you could be from Cali, down south. You know what I mean? Like I
I
like diverse. So that's why you on Dope and Diverse.
I'm definitely. I say this humbly as possible. I am very, very dope and very diverse. So I belong on this show. So it's a good look for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And when you talk, it's like a lot of rappers that talk, they be like, now I'm saying. Like you really sound like you educated, you know?
My mom was an educator, and I'm just a big fan of just being a complete man. I don't feel like I could be a complete man being like you know what I mean? Like a lot of young men look up to me. My sons look up to me. So I take every interview serious. Like whether I'm doing TMZ or Action News or a podcast or a radio station, whatever it is, I treat it like the whole world is watching. I treat it like my kids will be able to go on YouTube and see it. I never want to come off goofy or ignorant, because I'm not. My mother was an educator, so I'm not gonna front. I wasn't no scholar. I was bad in school. I was like a troubled youth, but I always was smart and intelligent. And I'm representing myself, my brand, my team, my company, other bosses, other artists. So it's important for me, and my brand is a multi-million-dollar brand. I can't be repping that brand and sounding like no fool. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you know, I try. I don't even feel like I try. I feel like it's just natural. You know what I mean? I had the kind of mother where we wasn't allowed to say huh. We wasn't allowed to say what. You know, my mother called my name and I'd be like, huh, who you huh?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I used to
smack
hate
your
that.
ass.
Yeah, I used to hate that. And now I catch myself. I say to my son, yo, huh? What? I'm like, well, who you talking to? You know what I mean? So it's a cycle, but I appreciate you noticing that. I get that a lot. I get that. It's funny. Almost I did a Fox 29. And QDZ was like, yo, you can talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, and that's something, my very first radio interview was with Lady B, and Lady B mentioned that too. So it's continued, and I'm very proud of that.
I noticed it.
You said in your song, Young Bull, that your father wasn't around.
Right.
So now that you are father, what are you going to do to be, better than that image that you had?
I'm already doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like before I was here, I woke up this morning and my sons wasn't feeling good. So I literally was taking a class. I got an online class I'm taking right now, learning Arabic. And I had to do my class online today. I was supposed to be present, but my sons was sick. And they take precedence over everything. You know what I'm saying? Even the class I paid a lot of money to be a part of. So why, I do interviews with my 1-year-old in my lap. You know what I mean? Big interviews, cover stories in magazines. And my baby right there. My kids are in the studio, and my son just started my latest video. I just did a big budget video in my hood for a song called Black Jesus, a song where I'm talking to him in the beginning of the song. And I'm riding my baby through my old neighborhood in the Maybach and letting him see. He never been to my block. He never been to my neighborhood. You know, blessed by Allah, my sons never lived in the neighborhood I grew up in, and God willing, they never won't. And bringing them to my neighborhood, letting them see it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like dope and fun for me, and it was an emotional experience, like going through my old block where my mom raised me at, and we didn't have much, and then riding through with my son in a $300,000 car, and my son on his iPad, not even caring. Like, I'm like all emotional, like, this is my old house.
He like, I don't care.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even get it, but it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a blessing. So I try to rep my hood. But as far as my father, I'm at a place now where, like, I deal with it every day differently. Like, some days I'm very angry, and some days, you know, I say, I'm a boss, man. Forget all that. Let me make up with my dad. I don't want. My dad could possibly be on my live right now. That's how real it is, and I haven't seen or spoke to him in years. And even if my dad was listening, my father helped bring me to this world. I get a lot of things from my father. As much as he wasn't around, I can't deny that. But he gets none of the credit. My mother gets all of the credit, but he's still my father. And in my word, it says, honor your mother, honor your mother, honor your mother, and then your father. It doesn't say honor your father if he's the greatest dad. It says honor your father. So I'm not there yet, but I'm praying to clear my heart, because before he passes away, or before I pass away, I would love to have some type of relationship. I would love. He hasn't even met my children, and I'm not cool with that. But some days I don't care. Some days I'm just like, I don't want to meet you now. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? And some days I'm like, like, that's not cool under God's eyes. You know what I mean? Regardless, even if your father leave right after the day you born, he still help you get here by helping conceive you. But it's like, and I got the best mom in the world, so I feel like, you know, Allah made it easier for me. It's not like I had, you know, some people don't got no parents, so it's like before I complain, I'm real grateful for my Omi, my mother, and you know, one day hopefully me and my pop can make it right.
When you talking about that, I hope you make it right, because I met my dad when I was like 16, so I was angry like as hell. Yeah, until like
it's natural.
But I forgave him, and like it just like a light, you know, like it lifted off of me, a cloud off of me. So like my life is easier. But now he's involved with my kids. Like my kids know.
Wow.
My kids' dad's not around, but my father's around for them. You know, so it's like
that cycle is weird. You know what I mean? It's like we go through it. It's so real for us, and I feel like it's just systematically. It's like the system was built to destroy the black family a long time ago. You look at it right now, like a woman like yourself. If you have a child with a black man who you know, who's making like just like average money, it's more beneficial for you to break up with him and get child support and lower daycare. I don't know what that's called, but like, you know, welfare and all that different stuff, like opposed to you sticking it out with your guy and y'all putting y'all little money together and trying to buy a house and all that. It's so much harder when you could just, the system would rather y'all break up
and then do it like
sad,
that.
you know what I mean? Like it's no, that's not by accident. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we just got to be smart, and we got to be smarter in, you know, choosing our mates. You know, a lot of time, and you know, especially with social media now, people hooking up through the DM and all of that. Like people having babies with people they don't even know. Right. People, you know, falling people they don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? And then these kids come out with traits. You don't even know where this stuff come from.
Right.
You know what I mean? You like, you talking about the baby. He always doing this. He's just like his dad. Yeah. Even if you don't know it, like you know, as much as my father wasn't around, my father was a very attractive man who did music, who traveled the world. You know what I mean? Like, he's like I look in the mirror, it's like, yo, wow. You know what I mean? My father's one of the greatest saxophone players ever. You know, did jazz, been everywhere in the world. So it's like, and I'm doing music. I'm feeding my family. My father was very good with women. You know,
he was a Virgo. It's like
I don't know what he was. I told you I don't do that sign. But,
we do that sign shit.
I know.
So before you got married, were you a ladies' man? Like what? Like
absolutely.
Like I want to know. Like what was you doing? Like was you having?
Nah, cause you said like I seen the interview. You said you was like when you was with Jeezy, you was like out there. You know what I mean? So how it's like
before I was with Jeezy, I'm not like a lot of rappers. I've been cool the whole movie. You know, I'm not. This ain't Mike. I ain't Mike Jones. You know how back then they didn't. They wanted me back then. I was the cool kid. In
nah. You did say that. Right. You said that you had. Yeah, you know, you had money way before Jeezy, but
when Jeezy, I didn't grow up with money, but I hustled and I worked real hard. When Jeezy called me, when they called me to start that whole situation, when they called me to say he was gonna get on my song, I was already living downtown in the Center City loft. I wasn't like living in my mom's basement and I got a record deal. I was already independently moving around, touring, traveling the country. So I don't want to like brag about my days as being like a womanizer, but You know, I've always been very good. I'm still good with women. I'm just good with one woman. I'm just good with my woman. I'm still a ladies
Keep
man.
it that way.
I'm just good
Keep
with my
it like
lady.
that.
Like, so it's like that's another thing they hide from us because they make us think it's cool to like have a lot of women and stuff like that. That's a trick. That's part of the trick. Because if young black men get a good woman, they gonna power up. They gonna boss up a lot
without a
sooner.
doubt.
If I would have met, you know, I can't look back because I believe in the law and I believe in Islam, so everything is already written. So it was meant for me to go through. I appreciate my woman so much more because of all the different women I dealt with, and that's not no shot at them because they was dealing with a little boy. I was just a little boy in a grown man body because I dealt with some women who are like they gonna be great wives to somebody else. It's just not for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have nothing negative to say about nobody. It's just part of growing up is living, learning. You know, learning how, like. You can't love somebody if you don't even know how to love. You never even seen it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we growing up in these broken homes, and then we get out into the world, and it's like I'm supposed to know how to treat a woman. How? I just told you, my father, I didn't have my father to tell me what to do on my first date, what to say, how to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was learning how to talk to girls from rap music. You know what I'm saying? From TV and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all of that. You know what I mean? Because we didn't have nobody to show us. So it's like, my message to my people is like, in Islam, it's half your deen to get married. That's half of what you of things that's like you have to do. So if God prescribed it, if Allah prescribed it to be half of what, that show you how important it is. Running your business, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, having a woman like I don't miss my flights no more because she gonna make sure I'm up. She gonna make sure my bag is packed. You know what I mean? Just so much like immaturity, like little things. You know, wasting money. You know, I spent so much money so fast. I looked up and was like, where'd that money go? Because I'm running and chasing and you know what I mean? And then you involving yourself with people who don't even deserve you. Men and women do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was times where you kick it with somebody, you'd be like, I'm better than that, man. And not even
I do that all the time.
Yeah, not even off the physical. Not even off the physical.
Just
you know
period.
what I mean?
Like, yeah.
Because I could be on like the Explorer page and see somebody's the dough, and I'd be like, what was I on? Like, this idiot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like being able to have, like, you know, I like to be like, with my woman, we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
We can watch anything.
Y'all best
we
friends.
Can, we can go from watching, like, she like all them stupid reality shows, so we could watch them, and then I could throw on CNN and we learning about Syria together, and then I could tell her about my Arabic class, and then, you know, helping me pick out my clothes for my next tour, and you know, everything is just better. You know what I'm saying? So
Salute to her.
I want to be a mogul. So if you want to be a mogul, look at all the moguls. Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at Jay-Z before his wife and after his wife. The moguls I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bosses, not the looking like bosses on Instagram. I'm talking about the bosses. You know what I'm saying? So the Jay Princes, the Birdmans. You know, Birdman is, you know, he got a queen right now. He got Toni Braxton.
Yeah,
You know
I was
what
shocked about that.
You know what I'm saying?
With
So,
Toni Braxton, he came
you know what
back
I'm
to his
saying?
crew.
So
Oh, yeah, he did. He did.
He got his
He
mind
did get
right.
his mind right. He wasn't on no.
because you know, if you're sitting around a bunch of dudes, you're getting a bunch of dudes' perspective. If you're around a bunch of women that don't care about you, you getting nothing. But when you're around somebody like who care, we just was talking about this while we was eating, and you know, like things that I used to do that the women I was dealing with thought was so cute. And was so he's so bad, like, you know, like women, I love a bad boy and all that stuff. You love a bad boy till you go on the court.
Yeah.
You love a bad boy till
Right.
they kick in your door and
Yeah, 'cause
so you getting locked up too.
Cause I ain't riding.
Right.
It was him.
I'm not riding.
Right.
No, I'm not riding for him.
Right at all.
Like,
Oh,
we're
you-
done.
Oh, you saying like
You
the
you
day
get
he
locked
go-
out. That's it. I'm
that's-
fucking
that-
the next nigga. You know.
Oh,
She's wild. She's a little wild.
no honor.
We're done.
Interview over. I'm out of here. This might be contagious.
It's not.
Shout out to all my brothers on lockdown, but this one right here, she
I
ain't
ain't riding.
Listen. You know the difference between her and all the other people? She's honest.
Yeah.
She's honest because a lot of these women will kick it and, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, I'm a ride. Listen, man, the right DM come, they out of here. You know what I mean?
Deuces,
They-
Michael B. Jordan. What's up, Tom?
You gonna forget all about it, Mike. You ain't right.
Creed 2 coming up. You in it?
You ain't right. We gonna see, man. I
shit.
tell people all the time, you know, when I was in Creed 1, I didn't tell nobody before it. So, you know,
okay.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. My wife called me right now, too.
Oh, tell her salute. We gotta talk to your wife. She salute.
Hello?
Salute to her, cause she a true
Right.
wife.
She holding him down. That's what's up. That's very rare.
He could give it to him now. Listen, I'm doing this interview with these young ladies, right? And they is so out of control in here. So the first thing they asked
No,
me,
salute to her.
"I'm
Tell her
married."
we-
They saluting you and all that.
Right.
As soon as
Tell
I
her.
said, happily married.
She got to listen
You got to
to
go on my live and check this one out. This is a fun one. But let me wrap this up. Give it to him now, babe, and let me get back on the interview. All right, I love you.
Secure the bag.
Right, so where was we at? You see, I stop everything for that call.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's what you're supposed to do.
And you were just asking me about being a father. She was calling me to see the last time that my baby had got his medicine and make sure it was cool. So you see, he was with
Your
me.
son
so-
is cute.
Yeah, thank you.
Your son is
Thank
cute.
you.
I'm like, oh.
Thank you so much.
So
Okay.
you really trying to get into this whole acting and directing and creating these
Trying.
movies. Let me correct my words. You are in acting and making movies. I seen your West Side Story.
You seen the trailer to that? Right.
Yeah.
I was working on that,
Mhm.
and it's expensive to do a movie. I was spending my own money to do the movie, so basically what we did was I took a little break because I was spending, like, no exaggeration, like $2,500 a day. So imagine if I'm shooting 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
You know what I mean? Spending my own money. So it's just, I learned more. And then when I got the chance to be a part of Creed and seeing the whole production and everything like that, I was like, oh, let me step back because I want to do this like that. You know what I mean? Of course, I don't have that paper to do it exactly like that, but I'm going to do it more like that than not like that. So that's my goal. And right now we lining up to shoot like 2 to 3 independent movies a year. And that's not even including the other stuff I'm doing. I did a deal with Ice-T's production company, and Ice is going to be backing these, and it's going to be a big look for me, my community, my faith, young actors all around, young black actors and actresses, because I'm giving everybody a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be hitting me like, yo, I want to be in your movie. They did my DM. I'm like, you in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to find a way, because I know how hard it was for me. So it's like, if I have a chance to make it a little easier for people, especially people that support me, even if it's something as simple as you follow me on Instagram, it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Even if, it might be an extra or something, but you could be a part of it, and they're going to be so excited and push it and promote it. Like, it's like when I got the role in Creed, I was promoting it like I was the star of that joint. You know what I mean? Because that's what you do when you get an opportunity, like, like that. So we definitely going to be doing a lot with the films. It's going to be a good look for everybody, my people and everybody involved.
I got a question because a lot of people from Philly, well, a lot of people, Jersey people, a lot of people from Philly question, like, I guess Philly people that are Muslim, like,
The question,
why so
when
many?
they question them, what you mean by that?
They want to know, like, why is, like, Muslim so big in Philly?
Because the first resurrection, like when you go back to like the Nation of Islam days and stuff like that, a lot of that was based here in Philadelphia. So it's something that culturally, like we third, fourth, fifth generation. It's like it's like people's great grandfathers was. So a lot of us were born Muslims. A lot of us, your mom married a Muslim, or your grandpa took his shahada and he was Muslim, and then the whole family was Muslim. So the culture there is just a Muslim city. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing, and to me, that's the best thing I love about being from Philly, being able to just have so many places where I can pray, so many places where it's permissible for me to eat, being somewhere. Because I travel, so I go places where they don't see people with beards like mine. I go places where it's hard to find halal food or places to pray. And I took that for granted until I toured. And now I'm like, man, that's one thing I really love about my city. So I feel like culturally, like I'm not old enough to know the whole background on it, but I do know it's a lot of, you go back to the 50s and 60s and stuff like that, and from South Philly to West Philly, it was all Muslims. The brothers, as the brothers were growing, you go back to the Malcolm X days, like when you watch that Malcolm X movie and he in front of the police station, in real life, a lot of them brothers with him was from Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So from the nation. So mashallah, so we just carrying it on. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something beautiful, and it's the most beautiful thing about Philadelphia. More beautiful than the buildings, more beautiful than the Eagles, more beautiful than the Sixers. It's the Muslims and the Islamic community in Philadelphia. It really is.
Talking about Philly, like you said that you struggled a lot in the beginning. Like, Philly wasn't really showing you love like that.
Right.
Like you had to go to New York to, really get your records pushed and all
That's
that.
right,
Like,
that's right.
Why do you feel like that was going on in Philly? Like, why? It's the city of brotherly love, so.
I look at it like this. I used to take it very personal, and then I look at it now, and I'm like, Philly hard on everybody. It's a tough town.
Yeah.
So it wasn't personal. Like, Philly, Philly booed Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a tough town, and a lot of the hate that I receive as I've matured spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, a lot of that hate, I deserved it. You know, I was very, very arrogant. I was very, 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 very wild. I was very, very disrespectful almost to a lot of, you know, artists who were well more established, who were better than me. You know, and when you come off like that, you're going to piss a lot of people off. And at that time, I didn't care. I was thugging. I was like, so what? You know, they asked me about somebody, what you think about so-and-so? Man, he played out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you was.
I was just going crazy. And I was being honest. Like, I didn't have no media training. Like, I was just like, yo, they asked me about somebody I thought was washed up. I would say he washed up. I didn't know you was supposed to be like, oh, you know, respect to him. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're like, what's up? I'm like, you see how he dressed? He's out of here. Like, look at me. I'm flawless. Like, y'all should be liking me. Like, I didn't get it. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't even have good music yet, but I was just like, I look better than all these dudes. I'm flyer. I'm the star. Like, y'all all shit like me. And they like, we don't like you.
Yeah.
You're crazy. Like, you know what I mean? You're dissing people we grew up on and love. You know what I mean? Like, and then as far as like, I looked at that, what I thought was a punishment was a blessing. Because like you said you went to New York. You know how hard it is to get your records played on New York?
Oh, yeah, New York is hard
It's
as
way
hell.
harder than Philly. So I got a line in one of my songs where I said Cosmic Kev ain't co-signed, but K Slade did. And then Flex dropped bombs. I did it way big. I'm one of the only artists in the history of Philadelphia with no record deal. I had Flex playing multiple of my records. So at that point, I didn't care no more
that's
what they were
big.
doing in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that DJ in Philly, like, I felt like, you know, at the time I felt like he was blackballing me and all stuff like that. And I grew, and no homo, I blew to a point where it's like, I don't even care. I have nothing negative to say about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he see everything I'm doing. He don't never got to play my music. I'm all right.
Yeah.
He gonna hear my music though, if he, you know, especially if he got, you know, a nice car. I don't know if he do, but if he do, he gonna hear my music because, you know, the newer cars got satellite and all that stuff like that. So he gonna hear my music. Nobody listens to that station no more. You know, I got the other station in Philly. They support me heavy. DJ Caesar, who's from Jersey, you know, he's breaking my music.
He's like my cousin.
Okay.
We both Panamanian. So
Shout out to Panamanian.
yeah. Yeah, because I had to talk about that whole Noriega because
Panamanian. I don't even want to talk about my Panamanian situation. I ain't giving that no light. I ain't giving that no light. They might be on my live too right now. But I ain't giving that no light. Panamanians, they're very good people. I'll just say that. Very good people.
I guess.
Shout the Cap Swag on the check-in. Muhammad, I love you, brother. You see me with that? Yup. Man versus everybody. Go get y'all one.
Nah,
You know I
DJ
gotta
Caesar.
promote.
He
Shout out to
like,
DJ Caesar though, but like one thing about me, man, like I said, at a time where I thought, man, I can't get no love, I can't, and then I started realizing, man, I'm going places, you know what I mean? I'm in Miami and people, I'm going to my hotel and they, let's win. I'm looking around, I'm in the airport and people running to take pictures with me. That wouldn't have happened if I would have got that Philly love, because I would have been like so many artists in Philly got so caught up in that local fame. Them dudes I ain't never bumping into none of them dudes at the airport ever. Ever. I go to Canada, I do shows in Vancouver. Nobody from where I'm from's never been there. I go to places like Martinsburg, West Virginia, where I've done over 40 shows. Any other artist been there from Philly been there with me. You know, me bringing Freeway with me, you know, so he can get a bag of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me bringing Beanie Siegel, you know, me bringing other newer artists so they can see. Like, I've been getting on that road now for over 10 years. Leaving, going to get it, bringing it back, eating, hunting. It's like a hunter. I go out, I hunt, I eat, bring it back. So it's like I did that, and I know brothers who that Philly radio station play all the time, and they can't figure out a way to make $500 from their music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like it was a blessing for me. So it's like I will never respect that DJ, but I do appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? And I know when he sees me and he see me still looking young, pretty, successful, I ain't lost a beat. I lost a couple pounds. I'm looking better than I ever look. I'm healthy. I don't eat no more red meat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did I mention I was pretty?
Yes,
like
you did.
You did.
You know what
You
I'm saying?
did.
Like he
Couple times.
There we go. He can never be this pretty. He can never be this blessed. He can never be this happy. He can never get this love. He can never come in here and light this room up like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His kids are never gonna look at him with that and I can't say that. I ain't gonna do that. His kids, he a superhero. Everybody should be a superhero to their kids, but I will say that, you know, a person who tried, I feel, to stop me, because I know for a fact when major labels were calling about me at the time when I first did the Afghan record, I had every label in music calling Philadelphia to what's up with Tone Trump. I know he wasn't saying good stuff. Even when I wound up on the situation with Jeezy, he told CTE, nah, not him. Do this. Somebody he was rocking with real hard. Didn't work. Didn't work. Still the only artist in Philly. Every artist in Philly love Young Jeezy. I'm the only artist. Jeezy did songs with 2 people from Philly, Tone Trump and Jill Scott.
And wasn't you saying he was only playing? He was funny about what songs he was playing, because at first he was only like
he was playing. He said, "Yo, you good?" he was playing. He got to the point where he was playing the Afghan record, but he wasn't playing the version with Jeezy on it. Like, who does that?
you
know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
Like, yo, he interviewed Jeezy one time and didn't even bring me up. Like, I'm from Philly. Like, how you gonna be like? And Snow, shout to Jeezy. Jeezy brought me up on his own, but and he like just went over that. Like, you know, Jeezy, like, I'm texting Jeezy because I was at a paid show out of town. I'm like, yo, bro, hold me down. Like, all my haters is tuned in. Hold me down. I'm like, shout out State Road, you know the name. So, you know, he looked right at his phone like, yo, shout out to Tone Trump, all the homies on lockdown. I'm like, yeah. So, you know, shout out to Jeezy. But even when he had a hosting one time in Philly, and I never forget it, man. We on the tour bus. And I was like, yo, I said, listen, right before we got to the bus, I said, listen, these people who put this together, because the DJ was involved with all of that. I said, these people hate me. I said, yo, man, we got that. We got off the bus. We all, you know, we like 50 deep. He like, we're toning. Come on. Like, yo, when I walked in with him, because at the time there was a lot of rumors, like, is he really with Jeezy? You know, man, the look on their faces, man, that was like a Grammy for me, man. Seeing them, that's why on Afghan I say, look at their faces. That's what I'm talking about. Like, yo, they was sick. Yeah. Davis voice, they was sick. I was like, oh, y'all mad. They was mad.
This dude stopped talking.
They was angry. I walked in with the snowman, but you know what I'm saying. So, you know,
this dude stopped talking.
Somebody on my live said, when you coming overseas, real soon, UK, Australia. So inshallah, real soon. What you over here talking?
Nah,
about?
This dude stopped talking to me because of Jeezy.
What happened with you?
Because I was in love with him. He was from West Philly.
Oh my God.
He was mad. He was like, "How you like me and you like Jeezy?"
Hating on the snowman? What? Because he ain't look nothing like me. Like,
he light skinned, you know, dreadlocks. He was like,
I'm nothing like that.
Yeah, he like, I ain't like how you like him. You know, I'm like, it's Jeezy. But
so how was it working with CeeLo? Because I'm a real big CeeLo fan.
That's big.
It's amazing. Like, you know, it's amazing. It's a blessing. Mashallah. It's almost like hard to put in words. Like working with, you know. Very few people will get to work with musical geniuses. This is a person who, you know, his song was called by Rolling Stone the song of the decade. You know what I mean? 5 Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Like, done everything you could think of. So it's like to be in the studio, even bigger than working with him, developing a brotherhood and a family bond. You know, me and my family stay at the estate. You know, like when I go out there, because he all over the world. Like, if I go to Georgia, like, you know, keys to everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's deeper. Than, we don't email songs. We work together. He's truly my big brother and my mentor, and it's a complete honor, and it's a complete learning experience. We got a whole album together. So, you know, inshallah, y'all be hearing that real soon. And I can't even explain it, man. Like, it's out of this world. Like, it's like sometimes, like, because I really, you know, you hear artists, you know, people say I started at the bottom and all that. Like, nah, I've really come from, like, very, very humble beginnings. My mother, who is my best friend, you know, other than my lady, my mother is my best friend. My mother had me at 17 years old and struggled big time. So it's like to see everything we went through, moving a lot, even that was a blessing. Because I used to think like, damn, man, you know, we never at the same place. But then as I grew in my business, it helped me to learn how to talk to different people. That's why I'm able to be on the phone with a scholar. Then the next call, I'm talking to somebody who got life in prison. Then the next call is CeeLo Green. And the next call is the mayor of Philadelphia. This is real phone calls. Right. And I'm able to talk to all of them and adjust and adapt. And everybody's like, you know, the hood is like, that's my man. The mayor is like, that's my guy. Like, everybody feels the same way because of me having to move. I would always have to adapt. I'm in different neighborhoods, different slangs, different vibes. I always knew how to stand out. It was just a gift. And it made me tough because I ain't had no pop and no big brother, so I had to go out there and take my lumps, and it's all prepared me for everything I'm doing now. All the things that I thought was like a curse growing up was blessings, even the things that was hard. So working with CeeLo now, I'm not overwhelmed because my mother raised me to be such a man of honor. When I'm working with Lo, I'm making sure Lo knows it's a big deal to work with me as well. You know, I'm bringing a lot to the table. I'm not just coming in like, oh man, CeeLo, the same thing with Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the things Jeezy said to me that was so real, he said, you did all the hard work. You know, everybody he would go to introduce me to was like, man, I already know him. T.I., Nelly, everywhere we go. You know what I mean? Like, these people that I already was forging relationships with. So it's like, you know, same thing with Lo. You know, me and Lo put something together. I get a song, I call him back. I say, yo, man, I just talked to Vibe Magazine. They're going to be like, damn, who put that together? Me.
Right.
I'm on it. Like, you know what I mean? They ready to, can we do it? He like, oh, let me talk to, all right, hey, I'm ready. So it's like, you know what I mean? You got to bring something to the table. I'm calling him, crunching numbers, business, you know what I mean? I got a meeting this week for something for me and CeeLo that I'm brokering, that I'm trying to bring to the table. So you got to be able to, you know, if you can't get no money on your own, ain't nobody going to think they can get money with you.
Right.
Yeah,
So a lot of times people be looking at my situation. It's rappers that rap really good that be like, damn, man, why he type dudes. It's like, because, man, I'm a dime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a good look. You just rap good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't nobody want to be around nobody that just rap all the, like,
Yeah.
we don't even be talking about rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just one of my jobs. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when I'm on a set of Creed, you know what I mean, kicking it with Ryan Coogler, who did Black Panther, and Michael B. Jordan, I'm not trying to talk about spitting a 16.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about excelling as an actor in Hollywood, and I'm trying to pick up everything I can from them and make them respect me. Before Ryan Coogler left, he said, man, you a real actor. He thought I was just coming in to do, he wrote me in the movie itself, being a fan of my work, and thought I was going to be me longer time. I'm a rapper. I went in, changed my whole script. Like, I ain't gonna put Mike out there, but even Mike was like, yo, like, you know what I mean? And Mike taught me stuff like your boy Michael B. Jordan, like, cause I was having trouble with the whole taking the punch thing. So like, we doing all these takes, and Mike like, yo, he pulled me to the side. He was like, yo, listen, man, I know nobody don't want to get punched on camera. He's like, I've been getting punched this whole movie. He like, yo, bro,
You could take
he
one.
like, you looking too cool on that. Like, I'm trying to get hit, but like curse on the way down. He like, nah, dog, you got to like, nah, dog. I'm like, all right, man. But he taught me a way, you know what I mean, to make it, you know, to sell it more, because which was big for me, because I didn't want to stunt man. I knew I was like, yo, I want to be able to say, like, I turned that down. And they had one on set. They was making sure medics, because I had to fall for real, like 40 times. So they like, yo, we can't have you getting hurt and all this. I'm like, nah, man, I want to be able to say, like, I did this, you know what I mean? And it was, man, it's game changing. Imagine being in the movie theater, you know what I mean, with your lady on one side, your mother on the other side, that big screen, you downtown Philadelphia, Danny Garcia there, this the premiere, everybody, the world champ there, everybody there, and my pretty face just popped up. My haircut was perfect. Did you see my haircut in Creed? Did you see? Shout out to Shink the Barber. Did y'all see my hair?
Hey,
that is the best beard and hairline in movie history.
It's crazy, bro.
I think even people that don't like me, like, yo, even people that hate him was like, yo, that nigga haircut is way.
You said you're real particular about your hair.
Oh, I don't play no games.
Real particular about it.
I don't play no games. I don't play
Like-
no games. Like, I don't play no games. I will fly my barber to me before. You know what I'm saying? Like, even you know, when you said when I was a womanizer back in the day, like even when I would cheat on my woman, I wouldn't cheat on my barber.
Why y'all do that? I don't understand. Like, how you gonna be faithful to your barber?
Well, now I'm faithful to my woman and my barber.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying prior men do
But
this.
it's just like, you know, we take so pride in it, like, you know what I'm saying, and God bless me. A lot of these guys, they wearing hats. They trying to hide these hairlines and stuff. I'm wearing this hat because I'm selling this hat. My hairline is impeccable. You know what I mean? Like, I can go all over. I can get the curls for the girls. I could go low and give you the waves for the babes. I can do it all. You know I got that good stuff. You know I got that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a matter of how I want to give it up, how I'm feeling that day. You know what I mean? It's getting nice out again. I might want to just throw some water, some Bonham and 9, curl him up. I might want to just, you know what I mean, go straight. I could do it all. You know what I mean? But, you know, I don't want to give up too many hair tips because they on my live trying to copy. They putting it in their notes. But I take a lot of pride in it, man. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I develop, you know, everything is branding and imaging. Like, if you look at the pictures of me and my son in the Maybach on, you see he got my same haircut. That's not by accident. You know, everything's for sale. You know what I mean? The Trump fade, holla at Shink the Barber. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want to get one of them $100 icy cuts and all that. You know, you want them to come to your crib. You know, you got to pay travel. You got to pay a little extra. You know what I mean? You know, I don't go to the barbershop. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we ain't no barbershops. My baby never even been to the barbershop. He don't even know what the barbershop is. Mashallah. But that's a blessing because, you know, when I was little, my mother had to be sitting in the barbershop and men trying to talk to my mom. Like, I don't never want, you know, my woman or, you know, my other son's mother to ever had to be sitting there and going through that because, you know, that's just the culture of it. But, you know, so it's like Allah blessed me to be able to afford to have my barber come to the home, be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? My son develops a relationship with him. The little son sees his dad and his brother getting a cut. Now it's not because that first haircut be a horror
Yeah,
for
it
kids,
do be horrible.
but not for my kids because they seeing, you know, they know Chink, like they look at him like an uncle.
Right.
So it's like, it's a blessing. And he, you know, my barber is just not like okay, this dude is a superstar celebrity barber, you know, cutting all the pro players and celebrities, you know what I mean? I made sure I fought for him, like even with Creed, you know, you have to have a special license to cut on set. So they had somebody to cut my hair. I'm like, oh no. You know how many people about to see this movie? They had this old black dude and he was like excited. He like, what's up, man? I'm like,
no.
what up, bro? I'm like, hold on real quick. Like I had my barber and my cameraman outside my trailer. Like I'm like, yo, listen. They like, we really don't look. I understand all that. I said, but I'm not letting nobody cut my hair.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And it worked out good, so my barber could get that on his resume, and also had him in the movie as well as all my homies, and you know, just
That's good.
that's what bosses do.
I see you like you really like give back to the community. Like you're not
Got
like
to.
a cocky, you know, like forget them type of guy.
Can't be. I told you where I come from, so it's like, how could I do that? Like
But people change when they get fame.
People change, but it's like back to my mother. My mother, I never forget when I went to Daroff in West Philly. My mother used to pack an extra sandwich sometimes in my lunch, and she would say, you know, somebody don't got something to eat, give them that sandwich. And, you know, my mother would do the summer feeding programs, and my mother was giving back when she didn't even have nothing. So now that I'm a position where I can give back, it's one of the funnest things. That it's the joy I get from that, and I do it. You know, everybody says they do it from the heart, but like, you know, the things I do in the shelter, I've never brought the cameras in there. I film everything, but I intentionally don't film that. You know, in my faith, you're supposed to give in secrecy. I'm not supposed to. You know, nowadays people be like, "Yo, I'm feeding. I'm out here with these bums."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why do they do that?
Like, check these bums out, yo. Yo, they bums, man. I'm about to feed these bums. It's like, nah, man. So it's like, I go into these shelters and it'd be somebody walk up to me and be like, "Yo, we went to school together." You know what I mean? It's like, you think he want to be on camera? You know what I mean? He don't want my 50,000 followers seeing him in the shelter. So it's like, I go there from the mud and really build with him and talk to him and let him know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never been homeless, but I've been like damn near about to be at times.
Yeah.
And not because I didn't have family. My mother really raised a man. So when there was times where I didn't have, people wouldn't even know. So, you know, I was a kid, like, you know, my first child I had very young. It was a time where I was like, you know, I was hustling in the street, still going to school, had my first, you know, my mother hit me with you either got to get a job or get out. And I was just like, or go to school. And I was just like, I gotta get my own crib. Like, I'm trying to get fly. Like, she talking this, like, I want iceberg and all this. Like, I can't get that working at Wendy's. I gotta go get it, and I'm not gonna violate my mother. I never wanted no police kicking in my door at my mother's house. I never wanted to humiliate my mother. So I went out of town and just was doing what I was doing. Got my first apartment very young. I was so proud. I had this piece of shit apartment. And it was just like, for me, it was like, you would have thought I had a crib on South Beach the way I was just like, yo. You know what I mean? It was, I was the first kid with my little one bedroom. I never forget the day I gave the dude, it was like $450 a month. So, you know, the whole total to move in was like a little under $1,000. That day I gave that dude that money will forever be one of the best days of my life. And I wound up getting evicted, you know what I'm saying? Being young, like my joint was like literally like, it was like, I was imagine being in school and you like, yo, I got the crib. No, like, oh, your mom got to work? No, like,
I got the crib.
Yeah, like, it's my crib. I was lit, so it was like, it was just like, it was amazing, man. And I love those times. And you know, sometimes we forget that when we come up a little bit. You know what I mean? When I'm running around, when I'm flying around with CeeLo Green. You know, you forget, you know, you're eating better, you're living better, but those moments make you appreciate all of this even more. You know, I tell my mother, I called my mother after I shot the video. I was like, damn, homie, like, you was really making it happen, because I didn't know we was poor back in the day.
Right.
I know it now. I'm like, now as I'm older, I'm like, damn, it was tough.
Yeah.
And she shielded us so well, man. Like, black women are truly superheroes. You know what I mean? Like, my mother is like, my mother is the bomb. Like, my mother, like, to this day, like, my mother still come over, cook for me, clean. Like, you know what I mean? Respectfully to my lady, she makes sure it's cool. But, like, my mother just was over there, you know, halal turkey, spaghetti, put it in the crock pot for us, got us all 3 days worth of food, clean up. You know what I mean? Like, that's how she is. Like, my woman tell her all the time, like, you ruined him. Because, like, even before, like, when I was single, my mother would come to my loft, do all my laundry, everything, take care of everything. You know what I'm saying? Throw stuff away, flush stuff she ain't think I was supposed to have. I'm like, yo, did you see something? You don't need that. I'm like, man, it's my mom. I can't make security do nothing to mom. So it's like, you know, my mother, all that. You know what I'm saying? So she just raised this, like, in a way where it's like, people say, you know, how you stay humble doing the things you do. Like, my family gonna make sure I stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm a rock star at night, and then it's like the second I get in the house, even my kids like, Dad, I want juice. I just recorded. I want juice. Like, you don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my mother the same way. My mother say, get over here. I need you to get over here. And ooh. You know, now I just could pay somebody to do it though, so that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make sure the women in my family and the children in my family are all good, and people in my family, and not just mine. Like, you know what I mean? That goes for him. His family, my brother right here. He played a big part when I did the Less One Week in the service. We cleaned the neighborhood. We cleaned the park, filled up about 50, 60 trash bags. That was his idea. You know, a lot of times I get the credit because I'm the rapper and stuff, but that was my brother. He said, yo, we need to clean the hood. I'm like, all right, I use my platform. We got we had a bunch of hustlers out there. This wasn't like no like community guys who like, these is the dudes who, you know, the dudes in the hood. So they came out, man. We fed everybody. It was dope, man. Cleaned up real good. And I brought that up because he had his children out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I never forget, his daughter had gave me a leaf because we was in the park. And I told her, I said, anytime you ask me about this leaf, I said, I'm going to have this leaf. I still have it. Oh, wow. And that was like, how long ago was that, bro? Over a year ago. You know what I mean? So we real big on, my movement is real big on family. You know what I mean? Both of these gentlemen, amazing black fathers. You know what I mean? That inspires me. So it's like, we controlling the narrative. Like, y'all not going to look at us and see the tats and see the jewelry and the music and just think y'all got it figured out, because you don't. You know what I mean? Like, we raising, you know, I just hired a new intern. I'm like, you a mogul. Yeah. You know, I'm telling him, you going to be a mogul. You intern with me. If every intern I interviewed, if they wanted to be a rapper, I'm just like, this ain't for you. This ain't about being a rapper. This is about being a mogul. So, you know, we working on developing not just me, because I wanted to be a star next to a star, a car next to a car, a boss next to a boss, empowering. I want her to be rich. I want the other girl I told you about to be rich, him rich, because then that, for one, everybody got to borrow money from me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got to be looking at me. You know, people be looking at people like, oh man, he think he ain't nobody thinking that when everybody winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everybody, like when you see Jay-Z courtside with OG Wine and Tata and all of them, they all eat and they all winning. So nobody's in the corner like, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's our goal, man. That's why I'm empowering other bosses. I can easily get a bunch of yes men around me. I got a bunch of people around me that had success on their own. Like, y'all talking to me about Creed. This brother right here was one of the stars in 8 Mile. He never mentions it because he's supporting my wave right now, but he was in one of the biggest movies ever in hip hop. Right. Matter of fact, the biggest movie in hip hop ever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's just like all my team. You know what I mean? Just like I said about him, like, he was the force behind us cleaning the neighborhood. He watched everybody give me all the credit. He don't care about that because he didn't do it for that. And he know I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like we trying to do everything from the heart and do everything genuinely and build and make sure people leave feeling like, man, they the shit, because we are.
How would you feel about, like, how do you feel like you can help these young kids that's like think that hustling is like the way to go instead of like just getting a real job? And
well, more so than trying to get them to get a real job, if you really want to be a hustler, then you should have your own business. Yeah,
but like, get out that.
So the mindset I try to give them to, like, when I go back to my neighborhood, like the other day when I was shooting a video, a bunch of the kids from the little dance crew, the Dollar Boys, they little section is like right on the corner of my block. So they was on the corner of my block, like 20, 30 young black entrepreneurs who all got a skill and a talent. I'm not about to go tell them to go work at Wendy's, though. Right. Now, I will tell them, if you got to work at Wendy's to stack up your little bread, that's better right now than standing on that corner, because the days is different. When I was young, you really could get some money. Now, they out there risking their life and their freedom for pennies. Everybody's telling. The cops killing us just for getting Skittles and iced tea. Right. It's like, it's too dangerous now. So it's like, my thing now is like, yo, get you a little gig if you have to. 3-4 checks, stack up, and then go into your own little thing, whatever it is. My thing more so is like, everybody can't be a rapper. Everybody can't be Jay-Z or LeBron. Exactly. So I'm just trying to give them other outlets. Like, yo, somebody got to shoot the video. Somebody got to be the manager, the director. Somebody got to write the movie. Somebody got to write the treatment. So I'm just trying to show them different outlets. You know, I wrote a book called 15 Steps to Shine While You on the Grind. It has nothing to do with being a rapper. It's about being a mogul. It's about being an entrepreneur. And I'm showing them through my actions, my narrative. Like, when I come back, when I pull up on my block in the Maybach, they know I ain't out there all day selling crack, because they never see me out there unless I'm shooting a video. So it's like, when they see the Maybach, they like, damn, big homie. And it's like, man, I'm praying, I'm working. Y'all follow me. Y'all see I pray every day. You praying? I need to start praying. You definitely need to start praying, or you're gonna die here. You're gonna just be. This is all you're gonna see. Pray your way out of this. Hustle your way out of this. Dream your way out of this. That's what I did, because I lived right where y'all live. Like that block I go back on, I lived there. It's not just like, you know, people be like, oh, this is my hood. No, that was that I lived right. You know, the same place where I got shot at, the same place where Mossberg got shot at, all of this stuff, everything that was going down, everything. When the newspaper was saying this neighborhood was death row, when the newspaper was saying this was the sixth worst corner, that's when it was my corner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we really from it. So it's not like, you know, everything we went through, from police investigations to losing people to violence to my brother getting locked, like all the stuff we go through is like no joy come from none of that. That's nothing fun about that. You know, what's fun is being on the set of Creed. What's fun is going to Canada for the first time. What's fun is seeing one of my ox get their first passport and enjoy it. That's fun. Yeah. Not, you know, having to send pictures to people in jail. And, you know, I got bros who had to watch Creed in jail. You know, bros that would have been in it with me. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? My thing is like, you gonna miss so much, man. Like, I can't sleep in a bed without a female. So it's like, I can't be in jail. Right. I don't like being around men that long. I don't like being around men I like my brothers for hours upon hours, let alone 1,500 strangers. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, men, we're not mechanically built. That's why when you hear dudes saying like money over bees and all that, I'm just like, I ain't never was with that, man. Nah. Like, I ain't nothing over no woman.
Hell no.
Like, you know what I mean? I
need a man.
Talk about it. Talk about it. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got to change that narrative. That's why I said for hip hop for so long it was so cool. Like, in order to be the man, you had to have a lot of women. Now that narrative is changing. That's why so many brothers now. You know, remember back in the day, as an artist, you were supposed to always have to say you were single, pretend like you like. Yeah, when she asked me, like, it would have been back then. It would have been like, nah, I'm single. Yeah, make the interview a little more juicy. It's like, nah, I can still talk my talk. You know what I mean? I'm in a relationship with another boss. Like, she know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a good look.
Yeah, because J. Cole said that when he came out. Like, people would ask him, like, he's like, nah, I got a girl. Like, I'm not about to sit here.
Right. And trust me, women don't care anyway when it comes down to it.
No,
just
they
like,
don't.
Just like men don't care. Like, you got men that try to, a girl could be like, nah, I'm cool, we're married. Man, he lucky.
He don't care.
She's like, I'm pregnant. Man, they don't care. Like, they don't care. So it's like, you got to protect your throne, man.
You said you wanted to be mayor of Philadelphia.
Yeah, you did say that.
So
I thought about that, but I don't think that's thinking big enough. I think I'm too pretty just to be the mayor.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I think I need to be
You need to change your name to Pretty Tone.
That is my name. That's one of my
Pretty
names.
Tone Drunk.
That's one of my Pretty Tony is one of my names. Young, pretty, successful, talking. So no one will ever sit in the seat. Listen to the tone of my voice right now.
Oh,
no one will ever sound like that. No one will ever sound like that. You hear that? That thing sound like it's made. Stay tuned for more on Dope and Diverse. We'll be right back. We'll be right back in a minute with your 5 picks of the day. Like, they not gonna talk like that. You know? They come in, the mixtape, like, it's fire. Like, it's fire. Like, it's fire. Like, it's fire. Like,
tell us about the new album.
The new album. It's so many new albums. I don't know. Like, I got Blood, Sweat, and Prayers with Lex Luger. I just dropped that. I got American Hustler, which I want everybody to go check for that. I got CeeLo on there. I got Chief Keef on there. I got Styles P on there. I got a Philly G mix with Gilly the Kid, Freeway, and Dice Raw from The Roots. If you peep that, I got somebody from Major Figures, State Property, and The Roots. I don't know if that's ever been done to me. I try to do things first. And Blood, Sweat, and Prayers. I got C Mill. I wanted to showcase some new talent. I got C Mills on there. I got John Doe from Fam Goon. I got the legend Paul Wall on there. Shout out to Paul Wall. I got him on there twice. And now I'm working on something new I can't really talk about yet, but I'm going to come back when I can talk about it. It's bigger than life. And, of course, I got the CeeLo album, Makilo. That's been done, just waiting for, fine-tuning the business. The bag on that is so high. You know what I mean? Like, just to get CeeLo back at the table is, you know what I'm saying? That's like $5 million, and I wanted $2 million for it. So we had $7 million for a kilo. Inshallah. So it's like that music is done. So it's just a matter of time, and I'm just excited, man. I got a lot of great music out there. Stream everywhere you can stream. I have music, you know what I mean? Links in my bio. Just support it. Get in tune. If you're listening and you're not in tune, you know what I mean? Get in tune with it, man. It's real music. It's reality music. Beautiful, beautiful visuals. We did a song called Dark Liquor just for y'all. Yeah, for beautiful black women. So I need y'all playing and watching Dark Liquor. So it's something for everybody, no matter what your vibe is. You know what I mean? Whatever your twist is, I got something. And and I'm constantly working. I was in the studio yesterday. I'm back in the studio tomorrow. So new music coming, powerful records, big records, and you know we gonna keep it moving.
Do you think it's hard to like come out now, like with all the like rah music, like people not appreciating real music that flows?
I think everything takes its turns. I feel like it's all about if you stay true to what you're doing, it's gonna come back around. So it's like when it comes back around, I'm gonna be able to say like, man, I got 6-7 works of art. I own the masters. You can still stream them. You can still like. That's why like the video I just shot for Black Jesus. I've been put that project out, but it's like I could do what I want. That's the good thing about being a boss. I could shoot a video for a song I did 4 years ago, and the video gonna be brand new. New video coming this week, and it's still gonna get 100,000 hits, streams, and everything. Cause I got my base, I got my support. These people love me, and I love them. So it's like I'm not chasing. You know, I'm not concerned with like Lil Pump's fans liking Tone Trump.
Right.
Lil Pump is 16, 17 years old. I'm saluting all the young bucks. Get your money. People always criticizing these kids for the way they dress and stuff like that, just like people criticized us that was older than us. I ain't getting into that. I don't want my kids listening to none of that trash, but I'm not going to be disrespecting them kids either. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too much like getting high and all that. Like, I don't want my babies listening to that, but I'm not about to knock them getting their paper either. So it's like I'm like kind of torn. So it's like I control my household. Ain't no radio in my house, so my kids not going to listen to them or Jay-Z. They're going to listen to me. They're going to listen to Karan. They're going to listen to their mother. They're going to listen to, they're going to listen to the news. They're going to listen to what's, you know what I mean? Because right now at the time, but it's like, that's why like even with my music, I'm not trying to sell music to no 9-year-old. So I'm not going to be mad at people that's making music for 9-year-olds. That's none of my business. One of the best things you can do in business is mind your own. You know what I mean? I'm trying to run $1 billion empire. I can't be worrying about what homeboy over here is doing or homegirls over. I have no time. That time I got in between, I want to spend with my lady. I want to spend channel surfing. I want to spend eating good food. I want to spend doing me, traveling. You know, I don't want to spend it like, yo, what's up? How many points did LeBron have? I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care how many points LeBron had. I don't care who got pink hair. I don't care. None of that stuff. Just leave us alone. You know, do you. If I see y'all at the airport, what up? I don't want no pictures with nobody. You know how many stars I run into? I'm not the guy to be like, yo, let's get a pic. That ain't my thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working. I'm hustling. Love, salute, man. Much success, safe travels. Pew. You know what I'm saying? So let's win. That's the motto.
What would you say to somebody like when you were coming up in the industry? Did you have like, how would you like say to somebody who has a lot of haters, like people trying to knock them down, so because they see your potential but they don't want you to grow?
You gotta pray, man. That's why I'm big on faith. Like pray, and love yourself. Like when people say, like, you know how many times I call myself pretty in this interview, you know what I mean? And that'll rub some people the wrong way. But them same people won't be rubbed the wrong way if I sit here and down myself.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Like if me telling you how beautiful I am, like Allah loves beauty and I'm beautiful. Like I say that humbly as possible. You can't be mad at me because God favored me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta blame God. Like, everybody got different gifts. Like, you might run faster than me, but like, I'm just prettier than you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get it. I get it.
You know, you just gotta respect it. You know what I mean? And just understand it. Like, and everybody has different gifts. Everybody in this room has something super special about them. Everybody in this room can do something better than everybody else in this room. You might not even know what that gift is just yet, you know what I'm saying, or what that path is, but embrace that and be proud about that. Be humble though. Don't get me wrong, because it has to be a level of humility, because as much as somebody might be like, hey, how you gonna say be humble if they saying all of that? I'm like, man, you know how much more I could say? You know how much more I really could say? Like, I really could really go crazy, but I'm like chilling, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, how I said, like, seeing these houses in Willingboro when I was little and I thought they was big. Like, I ain't talk about how big my house is now. I could talk about that, though. You know what I mean? That I own. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, I ain't gonna talk about that. But I just kind of did talk about it.
Yeah, you did.
I did just kind of mention my $1 million home, but I ain't gonna talk about it.
Oh, you just mentioned the price now. Yeah.
I don't live in it though. It's an investment property now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So since you're so close to Philly, what's your relationship with New Jersey? Since you in Jersey,
I love New Jersey. I'm one of the first artists in Philly to show New Jersey genuine true love. I did a remix years and years ago, and I put New Jersey artists from all different parts of Jersey. Where my DJ, he probably remember. Like, you know, you talk about people like Big U from Trenton. His first time on World Star was with me. You talk about T Dot. I'm the first artist with a name or a buzz to show T Dot love. I had other people. There's people on that song now, I don't even remember their names. So that show you how much they wasn't, and no disrespect, but that show you how much they wasn't popping.
Right.
Like, you talk about Willingboro, you ask people, you ask the artists in Willingboro, if you put Philly artists on that wall right there and say which one of them showed you any kind of love, I guarantee you more gonna pick me than anybody. People that I can't even think of their name, I feel bad. Some of them I can't think of their names offhand, but like Jersey know what it is with me, from South Jersey to Central Jersey to North Jersey to the shore, because Jersey is big. This whole state has some type of people all over the state have gotten money with me, have booked me. Like you said, Jersey was showing me love really before anybody. So this is like my second home too. I've lived in Jersey. I've partied in Jersey. You know what I mean? The biggest promoters out here, from you go to North Jersey, you talk to Murder Mommy L, she'll tell you what it is. You go to Camden, who go to Camden other than me? You know what I mean? Still rolling on and all of that, praying at the masjid out there. You know what I mean? Pulling up foreigns in Camden. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even really supposed to be doing press right now. You know, and the sister reached out and I was just like, I'm gonna do it. I ain't know nothing about the show or nothing. It's in Jersey as well. I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So it's like, I'm always gonna love this place. You know what I'm saying? It's important to me, and I love Jersey, and Jersey love me. So it's like, you know, I still eat at the pub whenever I want.
Oh shit, you go to the pub?
I go to the pub. I go over the pub, get my stuffed shrimp.
I get free.
You know
Oh
what
shit.
I mean? I go to the pub, get my stuffed
You
shrimp.
go crab leg night.
Yeah. I've been the salad,
Unlimited crab
the
legs.
salad bar. You know, the salad bar. Hey, I love a salad bar. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Pennsauken?
Yeah. He know.
Nah, cause it's one in Edgewater too.
I'll be out Edgewater. I've been out Edgewater too. I've been
Okay.
all through Jersey. I've made so much money in Jersey, even non-musical money. You know what I mean? I was partners in a gutter company at one point. We made our most money in Voorhees and Morristown, all, you know, doing gutters and stuff like that. I was running a marketing company. I owned it. I wasn't actually cleaning the gutters. I owned it, but mashallah. But you know what I mean? We was out in Jersey getting to it. You know what I'm saying? So in so many ways, like, you can't never front on a place to help you feed your family.
Yeah.
So it's like, this home too, man. I'm down with Jersey. New Jersey Devil, who, you know, he down with game. Ask him. I brought him back to Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's like, I could go on. It's so many. I'm forgetting stories, but it's always love with Jersey. It always will be love. And I'm not done doing business out here. I was recently trying to close on a business in Camden to bring a halal food eatery out there. Went a little left, but you know, God willing, we'll bring that back, and I'm gonna continue to do stuff. I've spoke at schools in Jersey, went to Camden High School, spoke to the gang prevention, speaking to the little young bloods out there, and all of this stuff. This stuff I've been doing far before I even was with Jeezy and CeeLo. I'm talking about before a lot of people, when I was just World Star Tony and buzzing on the DVDs. I was already coming out here talking to the kids and traveling and doing shows and showing love. It's this one white boy that used to always book me. I feel bad I can't think of his name. What's my man's name? Mr. Hype. You remember Mr. Hype? Shout out to Mr. Hype. He from 609. He from somewhere. I don't know if he from Willingboro, but he from somewhere in Jersey. Mr. Hype, man. We made a lot of money together. Hype was a good dude, so shout out to him. Shout out to Porter Rich. Shout out to the whole Jersey, man. I got love for everybody over here.
That's what's up.
You know what's so funny? Your hustle. You always talk about Googling.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Talk about
I really Googled. So
Let her talk. Let her talk.
I really Googled that shit, and all came up.
No. Let's do this right. What did
Okay.
you tell? What you
So-
Googled?
I Googled.
Get you on Tone Trump live real quick.
I Googled who's the greatest hustler alive, and all Tone Trump. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. He wasn't lying.
It's so funny because he
Wa
was.
alaikum salam. Listen, I got to shout him out real quick. One of my brothers that just tapped in. Yes, he's incarcerated with a phone. He's on my live. Did 13 years, and April 24th he coming home. I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want him to take his phone. Mashallah, see you soon, brother. Yo, Chink the barber just checked in. Hey Chink, they had a whole segment about you. You missed it, bro. I hope you was on, but it'll be check my live. I'm gonna have it in my live. But yeah, shout out to Chink the barber, man, the best barber in the world, my brother.
Oh, I was asking you. You
Yo,
said,
y'all need to interview Chink. Hey, Chink, you would do a great job on this show. Chink, all that freaky stuff you want to talk
Oh
about.
yeah, bring him on.
Chink
Come
the
on,
barber. I'm going to book you an
Chink,
interview
come
up
on,
here,
Chink.
Chink.
Come
Chink
on,
going
Chink.
wild out. I'm going to bring Chink up here, let Chink talk that talk for you. But no, I am the greatest hustler alive. There's no debate. You know what I mean? I tell people, y'all believe everything else on Google. Don't stop believing Google now. Google like they Bible. Don't stop believing Google now. Yeah, I'm the greatest hustler alive.
You was saying in this one interview with Philly
say.
Fame about how you used to call the radio stations and act like you were your PR and you know you be
Yeah.
like, yo, like this, like you was really doing it yourself.
Right,
like I
right.
respect you for that, because a lot of people, I mean, not to say that it's not good to have those people, but it just shows how much you're hungry when you're
Yo,
doing it yourself.
You want to hear
Like,
something funny though? I used to like do it so much that like when I talk about going to West Virginia and stuff, right? When I be booking the shows like through the DMs, going back and forth about the money, my whole thing was, as an artist, you can never look like an asshole. So I would always act like I was, you know, my manager or whatever. So sometimes I would get to these places and I'd be out there chilling. Now when I got cool with the person, they'd be like, yo, where T at? I'm like, who T? They can get me. I'm like, oh, he on house arrest. He just take care of everything. I forget all about the boy. Like, I'm like, who that? I'm like, I ain't got no man. I'm like, T. See, that's that boy right there. You know what I'm saying? Even far back, man, when I first started, man, I had got the Daily News one day, right? And in the Daily News back in the day, when whoever would write the article, it would have an email, and it was this dude. It was Damon C. Williams. He wrote all the entertainment stuff. You remember Damon? And I was like, damn, I ain't know how to email back then, but I knew where the Daily News was at because I used to go to court and stuff in Philly. So I wrote a handwritten letter like, yo, this dude Tone Trump, you got it. And he called me. I never forget. I had a little Nextel. I'm like, hello. He like, Tone Trump. I'm like, yeah. But keep in mind, I was like Tone Trump for like 3 weeks. Like I'm like, I'm hyped. Somebody even knew my rap name. I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's up? You're like, yo, this Damon from the Daily News, man. Why don't you come down, man? Bring your mixtape. I had 2 songs recorded. You know what I mean? So I'm like, 2 whack songs too. Like I had like a freestyle to the Uchi Wally beat and some other beat. It was so trash. If anybody got them Jones out there, delete them Jones. So I went down there to meet with the brother, and a week later, I got a half a page in the Philadelphia Daily News. He's talking about how dope I am, how great I am. Like, he didn't even hear one bar. I just was talking so heavy. And the brother wound up supporting me to the point where I was in the Daily News about 15 times. This the Philadelphia Daily News back when people really was buying everybody, even in school, everybody. So, like, people were, like, cracking open the joint. It's like, yo, you rap? I'm like, yeah, I do now. Like, you know, I do now. You see in the Daily News, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have anything. Like, I went and got a little BS cover made, got it printed like at a Kinko's, went in the Daily News and was talking like I was Puff Daddy or Jay-Z. And the brother wrote the most amazing. I'll never forget. He said, any conversations about hot mixtapes would have to include the best. I called my first mixtape the best of Tone Trump. I had 2 songs recorded. I went to the studio because it was $50 an hour. I remember thinking, like, $50 an hour? I'm like, yo, just give me an hour, bro. This dude, I had this little studio near 30th Street. I gave the boy $50, and he even in the studio, the boy was like, I did my little rap. I'm like, all right. He like, you ready for your ad libs? And I'm like, how do I tell this man? I don't know what ad libs are. I'm like, yo, what's ad libs? He like every other word. Like, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm ready. It was just the corniest ever. But I was in the Daily News though, and that relationship turned me into being like, you know, I was like the media darling of like Philly rap. I went on to be cover story in the City Paper, first Philly rapper, cover of the Philadelphia music issue, Philadelphia Weekly, still the only rapper to get that. Like I said, Daily News over 20 times. Like, it just went on and on and on, and 50 magazine covers and everything. And it all started with that Philadelphia. It gave me so much credibility when I didn't even deserve it yet. I'm forever grateful to Damon C. Williams. So, you know, it's just all about believing in yourself. Like, I didn't have a team, so I became my team. I was just talking for myself, doing stuff, and it was just talking. Even with the, like you said, with the radio, I would call the radio like, yo, y'all ain't got no Tone Trump up there. They're like, damn, it's like the 9th person all day they call me. I'm changing my voice on them. Like, yo, I'm doing Jamaican voices and everything. Like, yo, and that actually got me a meeting with Cosmic Kev. They used to have this thing called Hometown something, and I went up there and and the first thing I showed Cosmic Kev was my Daily News article. Like, he like, man, get that shit out of there. He didn't even look at it. He was like, yo, let me hear the song. Played this corny ass song. And he kept it real. He was like, I think you need it, da 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 da. He was honest with me. Like, you know what I mean? I was grateful. I was like, damn, I was just happy he was listening. I'm at the radio station like, what? And then I went, made the changes. They played that record. That was like a big deal at the time. You know what I mean? I'll never forget. Like, you know, I was like calling everybody like, yo, turn the radio on. And yo, well, let me tell you this one dope story. It was this chick back in the day I was dealing with, right, who didn't believe in my little rap dreams at all. Like, she was just like, what? She was right though. I was corny, but I never forget. She called me one day, like we was done, we wasn't doing it. She called me one day. I'm like, hello. She was like, yo, did I just hear you song on the radio? Yo, man, that felt like a Grammy, yo. Like, I'm like, of course you did. My shit on all day. Rotation Tony, baby. You know what I mean? But I mean, she wound up. She's like in a long relationship with a total loser now. So it all worked out great.
Oh,
for
you
all
all
of
worked out.
Total
See,
loser.
damn,
I seen her.
Ladies, believe in your man dreams.
Yo, I rode past her dude like 4 days ago, right? Terrible. Like seriously, like this is terrible. Like terrible. He don't got no hairline like me. None of that's nothing. Let me get off. I'm being petty. I'm being petty, man.
You gonna start making your own hair products?
Oh, we already got that. We got the beard soap. With the beard soap, can't keep it in. Sells out all the time. Developing some new products now. Turned down numerous deals to endorse other products because I'm an owner, not an endorser. You ain't gonna fashion over me. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have me
Oh shit.
Type tune in for 10% off. Like I ain't doing that. I rather just buy the company. You know what I'm saying? Like a partner up. So that's what I'm doing.
Yo, he said you ain't gonna fashion.
Greg Hackett, what's up, Greg? One of the best boxing trainers on. Rough Ruby, what up, Rough Ruby?
Thanks for coming through, Tom.
Greg Hackett, I'm a big fan of the Sweet Science, man.
We had a great time with you.
Yeah.
This the best interview in the history of Dope and Diverse ever.
It is.
It is.
Yo,
It actually is.
Is this the best interview y'all had?
Yes, it is.
It really
And
is.
the greatest hustler alive.
It really is.
Talk about it.
Come on
Listen,
now.
It really is.
another interview, another great one, man. Shout out to everybody tuned in on my live. I'm trying to get okay. Can you? Okay, yeah, I got you. Of course, I could do that, man. And listen, man, everybody tuned in. Make sure y'all follow them. Give me y'all, cause I'm gonna put this on the play on my live over and over. Give me
Okay.
y'all.
Follow us on Dope and Diverse Podcast on Instagram, Facebook.
How do they hear the show and all that? Come on, talk to them.
iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. We all over. All streaming everywhere.
Man, listen,
Listen to us.
listen, man. This world ain't listen. The only
We got a video coming up. Ray Valdez going to post that video
Shout
of
out
the
to
whole
Ray.
interview.
Shout out to Ray. Who Ray? Which one is Ray?
Ray Valdez, photographer.
Your name sound familiar too, Ray. Ray
You know
Valdez.
from Onyx.
See, I don't forget nobody. You got a nice tag on your joints. You
Yeah,
put
on the bottom.
that big ass tag, man. Don't be hiding my prettiness with that tag, man. Shout to Ray, man, one of the dopest photographers, man. Step y'all pictures up. I'll be seeing y'all take them Android pictures. Holla at Ray, get you some nice pictures. Y'all pictures is corny. Y'all pictures is corny. Get with Ray and get you a real photo shoot and do it the right way, man. Shout to everybody listening. Shout to my big brother Rough Ruby. I see my people from Wisconsin on the check-in. I love y'all. I'll be back out there soon, man. If they ain't hating, you ain't winning. I'm about to do this drop and get out of here. I gotta get back on the road. I love y'all. 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 I sound like them. But yeah, let me see that so I can do the drop real quick, man, so we can get ready. They was tuned in heavy, and we gonna share that.
That's what's
We
up.
gonna share that. Hey yo, what's
We
poppin'?
honored
It's
to
your
have
boy
you.
Tone Trump, the greatest hustler alive, and right now I'm tuned into my favorite podcast, Dope and Diverse Podcast. Queens Inspired Kings, man. Support these ladies. Let's win. Chia.
Hey, no.
We good, y'all?